How's it going, everybody? College Lefty Gaming. Thank you for watching this video. This will be Luis Tiant'S last game, as I no longer have him. I sold him for Vladimir Guerrero, so I hope you guys enjoy. Yeah, so this gameplay was actually recorded before the Yogi Berra came out, so Mike Piazza's in, and before I locked in all the live series players and got the immortal Vladimir Guerrero. So Stan Musial's also in right field, but he's been on the bench as of lately. But this opponent is a very good player. He's 161 and 101. He's a very good player. And I've seen him play, actually, Kevin G.O.D. in another video. I think I saw him in some of his highlight videos, as well as I just recognized his PSN through the leaderboards. He's also a 12-0 player. I've seen him at the top of the leaderboards in ranked seasons before. But this guy also has all immortals. There I was almost making a dive and play with Stan Musial. That was pretty close. But Luis Tiant was a great pitcher for me. I actually was the second one to get him after my friend Razor Sharp. Check his channel out. The link is down in the description below. But here we have Ken Griffey Jr. up. And this one the opponent had the future star Shohei Ohtani. So he's got also a 9th bat in his order. As well as I struggled to hit him in this game. I don't think I had a hit for the first couple innings. But here I mean this game's also on All-Star difficulty. But Babe Ruth smashes it to second base there. It's usually with Babe Ruth, it's either a home run or a ground ball to second base. I don't really pop up with them that often. I do hit some pop-ups, but I find myself hitting the ball hard to second or a home run to any side of the field. He usually can go the other way. He can pull it for a no-doubter. Babe Ruth's the best hitter in this game, as well as Griffey's the best all-around player, probably one of the best hitters. Ted Williams is one of the best hitters. All of them are left-handed, so that's why I'm really excited to get this Ryne Sandberg. At this point, I was in the DS, I believe 760. I know I mentioned that before, but this opponent was in the CS, so he had probably been going back and forth between Hall of Fame and All-Star difficulty. Luckily, on my World Series run, I played all my games on the hardest difficulty. All my opponents were either in the World Series already, or they were in the CS, but they all had more rating points than I did. I just got lucky with those matchups, and then when I did beat those opponents, I would receive a good amount of rating points for those victories. So if you guys did check out those videos before, you can see that my opponents are rated higher than I am. Some of these games I didn't show because I did want to do this type of a video where I no longer have Tiant, so I didn't want to show his last game, but at the same time I wanted to save it because I wanted to get those other videos out, like Vladimir Guerrero debut. I wanted to get the Yogi Berra gameplay debut, so I had these other clips ready to go, video kind of made, and then I just wanted to do a live talk over, like a live voiceover in the present time, if that makes sense. So this game is a five inning shutout so far, and that's what Luis Tiant allows you to do if you are able to get this type of a pitcher. He throws 95 to 97. I do get up to 97, I believe, maybe in this at bat. But I think Luis Tiant in CS Division or on Hall of Fame or Legend difficulty, he's the toughest pitcher in this game to hit. Yeah, there I did get it up to 97 there with the fastball inside, not even elevated in the zone. He might even be able to touch 98. But there, I mean, if you can throw the 70-something mile-an-hour knuckleball from the 70 to 73 mile-an-hour range, as well as he has a really good slider, good curveball. I didn't want to sell him. That's the only reason why I didn't have Vladimir Guerrero before, because I already had a full team of immortals. But I did want to get all of them and try out Vlad. So I am excited that I do have Vladimir Guerrero. And if you guys didn't watch that video, I did post a debut in where he hit a home run, arguably 2 home runs. I thought one of them should have been a fair ball, but it is what it is. It happens. But in order to get that player, I did have to sell Luis Tiant, as well as postseason Koji Uehara, as well as Gagne from the previous event, the hardware Gagne. I also sold Jason Giambi, the first baseman. And then I had some stubs already. I went through my binder, my souvenirs and everything. I probably got about 200,000 stubs just for my souvenirs because I hadn't gone through it since about April or so, when I was trying to complete all the exchanges from my event diamond cards that I would sell and then try to complete all the exchanges. I was able to get those all completed. I still have them all done. I have a couple Team Epics left. I wasn't sure how they were going to release these last Immortals, so I do still have 5 Team Epics left. And if they do release more Immortals with exchanges, I will be able to save some stubs on that. So that'll be interesting to see how they do that at the end of the season. Don't know if they'll ever go back to that system as people were complaining. But there I do get my first hit of the game with Mike Piazza. Immediately pinch run, Jackie Robinson. And I think that's a smart move because it puts the pressure on him. He immediately goes to a slide step. It's in the dirt. I wasn't even stealing on the pitch, but I'm able to advance. And here on a 3-0 count, I completely messed up the entire at-bat. I swung at a pitch. I should have just taken that pitch and looked for a pitch in the zone. I wasn't sitting on a fastball up in the zone. I wasn't looking for that. And I didn't react in time. As you can see there on the feedback, it was bad. But I do have to take an extra risk because I did pop up that ball. I try to steal. Because it is Luis Tiant's last game. I knew that it was Luis Tiant's last game. I planned on getting Vladimir Guerrero right after I played this, right after I used this Tiant. I wanted to get one last gameplay out there with him because he is a very expensive pitcher, but he does have a very high bunt rating, and he gets that one down in the suicide squeeze. It might be a little bit of a cheesy play, but it's a smart play at the same time. I hadn't been hitting throughout this whole game, and I do show many times where I thought I squared up the ball pretty well, and I just didn't get the result I was looking for, and that happens sometimes in the video game. Sometimes that's what I'm gonna have to do. And the pitcher does have a good bunt rating. I had to have a good at bat. It was a 3-2 count. It's either a strikeout and a foul ball, or he misses the bunt. I completely run myself out of the inning on a double play there, or he gets the bunt down and I get a run. It's more risk than reward, but I do take the run there. And call it what you want. I think it's a smart play, but anyway, he still has a chance to tie it up. One swing of the bat. One run should not be enough to win this game anyway. Luis Tiant, how good he is, even though it is on Hall of Fame difficulty or All-Star difficulty, whatever the case is when we're playing at the DS level or when two opponents are at different levels, defaulting it to, I believe, All-Star. His PCI is fairly big, especially once we get later in this game. If he was able to get the pitch count a little bit higher, then he might have a bigger PCI as well. My confidence wouldn't be so high. But that also depends on how many times I'm throwing strikes, where I'm throwing in the zone, the individual pitch confidence in order to get that gold bar. But anyway, Luis Tiant is very effective. Throw that knuckleball inside. Throw it where it's a strike off the corner, and then if you miss your feedback, try to miss inside to where it goes off the plate. That's the only really way to control it. It is very tough to control the knuckleball pitch. But there, I'm sitting on a splitter inside, and Pujols sends one deep. Finally get a power swing, and the PCI wasn't even on it. The pitch was below the zone, but there, just the bat was on it, and that's really all you need in this game. Is if the bat's on it, the PCI feedback doesn't really matter as much, as long as you see the bat make the contact and you're just a little bit early on it to where you can pull the ball, or to where you get a good launch angle while pulling the ball. Even sometimes going the other way, if you sit back on the pitch, you can hit it out late, but for the most part, you're going to want to be just early on everything. And there, I definitely was. It was just early on a pitch low in the zone, below the zone. But that's Pujols. He's one of the best hitters in this game. I honestly think that out of any of the Immortals, Pujols has done the most damage against me. Probably Pujols, and then the next hitter would be Babe Ruth after that. But I'm actually surprised at how many people do have Babe Ruth. But anyway, he hits one to Babe Ruth out there in right field, who Babe Ruth now plays first base for me, and Vladimir Guerrero plays outfield, which is very effective as of now. But even then, right there, Stan Musial power swung or out to left field, left center. Griffey tracks everything down. But Babe Ruth was able to throw that ball in. He thought it was going to get down, and it very easily could have. That ball could have been in the gap. It was a hanging pitch right over the plate. And I'm kind of talking in circles, but I wanted to let you guys know that I understand that this opponent could have scored easily, just as much as I could have scored a few extra runs. That's what it is. I liked his logo, 43 overalls, playing down to the 39. I thought that was pretty funny. But Luis Tiant goes a complete game shutout in his last game. I did sell him after this. I went 18-5 with him. A couple of those times I did get disconnected while I was pitching with him. I did open up some packs from the predict and play and got that Griffey cleat. We are also ranked 12th in ranked seasons for this month. But thank you guys for watching. That's going to do it for this one. That was a great opponent, as well as that was Luis Tiant's last game. So thank you guys for watching again. Peace out.